Did you know that balloons, those colorful little pockets of air that brighten up every party, have a history so unexpected it could pop your mind? Strap yourself in, because today on Facts and Giggles, entertaining info in a nutshell, we are diving deep into the bonkers, bizarre, and brilliant history of balloons. Get ready to giggle and learn. Let's start with the ancient world. These weren't the latex marvels we see today. Oh no. In ancient Mesoamerican culture, people used, wait for it, animal bladders as balloons. Yup, you heard that right. Imagine blowing up a pig's bladder and trying to keep it bouncing around as part of a celebration or a sacred ritual. And this wasn't just a fun pastime, it was serious. Some historians believe that they might have been used in rituals or even as early scientific tools. Imagine shouting, "Don't pop the sacred bladder," at a gathering today. Fast forward to the 1700s. The first modern balloon-like object wasn't made of rubber or latex. It was made out of a very surprising material, sheep intestines. Enter Michael Faraday, the scientific genius. He wasn't planning a party, or maybe he was. He constructed the very first rubber balloon in 1824 to conduct some experiments involving hydrogen. Picture this. A bunch of scientists in a lab having their minds blown by this squeaky, stretchable material bouncing around. "It's for science!" was their rally cry. And that's how a simple lab experiment led to balloons becoming the life of the party. Here's where it gets even weirder. During the French Revolution, there was a plan to use massive balloons filled with hot air as a surveillance strategy. Forget drones. These balloon spy bags were cutting-edge tech back in the late 1700s. Imagine floating one of these over enemy lines to gather secret intel. But with no GPS and many rogue winds, the plans often went hilariously wrong. Picture a spy balloon making a weird detour into someone's wedding photos. Let's talk about the lingo behind balloons. Ever wonder why we say balloons pop? Back in the 1800s, rubber balloons had quite the reputation for bursting dramatically without warning. It was so sudden, some people even found it comedic. Early birthday parties weren't just celebrations. They were little explosions waiting to happen. Parents likely had to shout slowly, "Don't overinflate." Enter the world of helium. Did you know that helium, the stuff that makes a balloon float and your voice sound like a cartoon chipmunk, was discovered by accident? Originally used in scientific applications, helium balloons came into the mainstream in 1922 when they made their debut at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. For context, prior to helium, balloons filled with hydrogen were highly flammable. There were actually some very fiery mishaps. Helium added a safer, albeit squeakier dimension to enjoying our floating friends. The next time you take a sniff and laugh at your high-pitched voice, thank the chemists. Of course, it's not all laughs and rainbows. History has its quirks. In World War II, the Japanese deployed what they called balloon bombs. Sounds far-fetched, right? But they launched actual explosive-filled balloons across the Pacific Ocean toward North America. Fortunately, most of these balloons popped or landed harmlessly. Yet a few did cause some damage. Using balloons as weapons? Someone clearly missed the memo about using them for parties and parades instead. Speaking of parades, can we chat about things like balloon artistry? Did you know there are literal world championships for balloon twisting? Yup, there are competitive balloon artists who create sculptures, costumes, and even functioning objects entirely out of balloons. From dinosaurs to wearable balloon dresses, it's bonkers. The next time you see someone make a simple balloon dog, remember, there are people on this planet who could twist an entire jungle scene out of those stretchy tubes. Now here's a story that will make you the hit at dinner parties. The Great Balloon Fest disaster of 1986 in Cleveland, Ohio. Have you heard about this? It was supposed to set a world record for releasing helium balloons all at once. Folks launched around 1.5 million balloons into the sky. But, and here's the part where you brace for chaos, they forgot about weather shifts. A front pushed the balloons back into the city, causing massive disruptions. Balloons were clogging waterways, roads were covered in colorful chaos, and the senseless amount of plastic waste made it an environmental nightmare. Fun fact, this fiasco is still talked about as one of the world's wildest party incidents gone wrong. Ever wondered how latex balloons became so universal? Natural latex, made from rubber trees, became a game changer in the early 20th century. But remember, early versions could only be found in toy stores or novelty shops, unlike today when balloons practically rain down from the ceiling during cheesy announcements. And here's something that might blow your mind. NASA uses balloons for space research. These aren't party shop helium balloons. These are enormous stratospheric machines designed to float incredibly high, carrying telescopes and scientific instruments. Imagine a giant space party, but instead of clinking champagne glasses, you're capturing data from the stars, while nervously hoping your high-tech balloon doesn't spring a leak. But you don't need to be NASA to feel excitement over balloons. Have you ever heard of the Guinness record for the largest balloon flower? It was created in Brazil in 2015, involving over 300,000 individual balloons. Yes, you read that right. A single floral structure made purely out of balloons. That must have been one swanky garden party. Oh, and don't forget about hot air balloons. These majestic floating marvels date back to the Montgolfier brothers in 1783. They've carried kings, queens, and pranksters into the sky for centuries. There's even an annual hot air balloon festival in New Mexico, where the skies are a rainbow of massive inflating orbs. Balloons have truly evolved from their bladder-based beginnings, wouldn't you say? So next time you see a cheerful balloon, remember its bumpy, bonkers history. From animal bladders to NASA experiments, these stretchy, squeaky objects are more than just air-filled fun. They're a symbol of human creativity, laughter, and, well, occasional absurdity. What's your favorite balloon story? Comment below, and don't forget to like and share for more laughs and fascinating tales. And that's it for today's Facts and Giggles, entertaining info in a nutshell. Balloons, simple joy or misunderstood marvel? You decide. Until next time, keep laughing and learning. See you soon.